Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Michael and today I'm going to be taking you through a very short floor sequence which is specifically aimed at easing sciatic and lower back pain. Many years ago I had quite severe sciatica and what turned out to be a slight protrusion on a lower disc that was just lightly pressing into my sciatic nerve. The specialists at the time, who were absolutely amazing, I have to say, really lovely people, they wanted to do, I had basically three options, well, four options. My first option was to go on long-term anti-inflammatory medication with further medication to counteract the side effects that would give me. Or I could have a steroid injection into the base of my spine. I could have an operation where they basically cut through the front here, move everything out of the way, go in and slice off the protrusion, or I could live with the pain. None of which I wanted to do. I didn't want any of those options. So what I did was I did small incremental amounts of yoga every day. I did a small amount in the morning, small amount in the evening, and gradually over time the pain just went. It's never come back. Like I say, this isn't always going to work for everybody. Everyone is different, everyone is unique. But what I will say about these specific exercises is they're just really good for easing tension down into the lower back and down in the lower body. They're very gentle. We don't even need a mat. You can do this on the carpet in your living room. We don't need any special clothing. You just need clothes that allow you to move. I'm going to use one prop today, which for me is a cushion. This could be substituted with a block, a book, another size cushion. It really doesn't particularly matter the size. Obviously you don't want a great big floor cushion, but something this kind of size would be perfect. So let's begin. So let's come down onto our mat. So we're going to lie down on the back of the body. Say our mat or our carpet. Like I say, you don't necessarily need a mat for this practice. I'm going to start by taking a bend in our knees and placing the soles of the feet onto the floor. Having the feet at least hip width apart, so a nice little bit of space down in the lower body. And then let's rest the hands gently down the sides of the body, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. So if this is uncomfortable with the arms, please feel free to rest them gently onto the belly. What you will find with bending the knees is that it just gives the lower spine a little bit more length, just by tilting the pelvis. Just allows the lower spine to just open. And always good, no matter how long our practice is, to just take the time before we start to just check in with the physical body, to just notice how we're feeling. So we can notice any areas of tension or tightness. Any areas we may be feeling pain within the body. And just allow the body to gently settle and soften down towards the earth. So we can slow and soften the breath. We're not going to have any specific breath practices to join us today. We just need a nice relaxed attention on the breath. And let's begin by bending the knees. Let's draw the knees in towards the body, catching a hold of the knees. We're just going to have a nice rock from side to side, nice and gently. So already we begin to massage down into the lower spine, down into the back of the hips. If there's any tension gathering in the face, in the jaw, keep the eyes nice and relaxed. Let's start to create some nice circles down in the lower spine. Let's go back in the other direction. And let's catch a hold of the right knee with both hands. Let's straighten the left leg along the floor. We can press away through that left heel. We want to keep the right foot nice and soft, nice and relaxed. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and as we exhale, let's draw that knee in towards the body. So again, shoulders are soft. Back of the neck is nice and open.
So if you find the head here sinking back, and we're finding this is uncomfortable for the head to be lying on the floor, feel free to prop the head up with a blanket or a cushion. And let's go ahead and have a little rock from side to side of that right knee. Just taking that movement down into the hip. Maybe creating some circles. So notice what feels nice for the body. Sometimes these movements can be a little bit challenging. That's absolutely fine. And let's place the sole of that right foot on top of the left thigh. Catch a hold of the knee with the left hand. We're going to take our right arm nice and wide. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as we exhale, we're going to draw that knee over to the left. We're going to keep the right shoulder planted. Take our gaze over to the right. So our aim here is not to bring that knee all the way over to the floor. Our aim is to just take that stretch down into the lower back, down into that right hip. And once we find a space that's nice and comfortable, we've got a little bit of element of challenge, we just hold it there and we just breathe into that space. Let's inhale as we draw that knee back to the centre. Hug that knee in again. Little rock from side to side. And let's straighten that leg along the floor as we draw the left knee in. Pressing into the right heel. Keep the left foot nice and relaxed. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As we exhale, let's draw that knee in towards the body. So again, shoulders are down away from the ears, back of the neck is nice and open, and the face is lovely and soft. Have a little rock from side to side of that left thigh. Maybe creating some small circles. And back in the other direction. And let's place the sole of that left foot on top of the thigh. Catching that knee with the right hand, take the left arm nice and wide. Deep breath in through the nose. And as we exhale, let's draw that knee over to the right. So again, taking our gaze over to the left, keep the left shoulder planted. So again, the aim is not to bring the knee all over to the floor, and that's absolutely fine if it comes over that far. But our aim here is really to stretch down into that left hip, down into that space of the back of the hips and into the lower back. So really using the position to release tension. And guide the breath into any areas that feel tight. And slowly coming back to the centre. Draw both knees in. You'll rock from side to side. And let's roll over onto our side, and we're going to come onto all fours. So coming onto our mat. Or not the mat, if the mat's not there, that's absolutely fine. Knees balanced below the hips, elbows and wrists below the shoulders, spread the fingers nice and wide. So we're just going to come into some nice cat-cow stretches here. Perfect to wake up the whole length of the spine down into the tailbone. Deep breath in through the nose. As we exhale, round into the spine, press through the hands, lengthen the tailbone and the arms, take our gaze through the knees. Breathe in as we draw the belly down, roll the shoulders back, lift the tailbone, take the gaze forward. As we exhale, round into the spine, maybe draw the belly in, gaze in through the knees. Breathe in as we draw the belly down, roll the shoulders back, lift the tailbone, look forward. Long exhale as we round into the spine. And as we breathe in one last time, drawing the belly down, roll the shoulders back, lift the tailbone, look forward. And as we exhale, come back to a nice steady spine. We're going to sink the tailbone back down to the heels. We're going to plant the hands in front, one hand resting on the other. And we're simply going to rest the forehead down onto the back of the hands. And just take a moment here to breathe into the back of the body, into the back of the lungs, the back of the ribs. So we often find the breath is a great way to release tension in the body. just by simply slowing the breath down. And just using the breath to find space and openness. So often this position in itself is a great way to open up the lower back. And let's go ahead and breathe in as we slowly lift back up. Now let's come back down to our mat. Come back to lie down onto the floor. And again, bring the soles of the feet down to the floor. This time we're going to bring the feet hip width apart. So here we will be using our cushion. So we're going to place that cushion between our knees. And we're just going to lightly press the knees in towards each other. What this will do, this will engage the hips. We maybe want it to engage down to the inner lines of the feet. So again, we feel that engagement up through the inner thighs. So this keeps everything from the lower body nice and steady. We're going to relax the arms down to the floor. Maybe bring the heels a little bit closer, so we start with a nice steady foundation. And we're going to press the feet, and we're going to breathe in as we lightly lift the hips off the floor. Don't have to lift too high. Exhale as we gently lower down. Breathe in as we lift the hips. Exhale as we lightly lower down. Keep the upper body nice and relaxed. Breathe in as we lift the hips. Toes are nice and soft. Arms are nice and heavy. Breathe in as we lift. Keep this movement going. Nice and soft. Lovely. One last time. And lowering all the way down. Let's release the cushion from inside the knees. Let's hug the knees in towards each other. Lovely rock from side to side. So again, maybe creating some nice circles in the lower spine. Let's go back in the other direction. And from here, let's lower the soles of the feet down to the floor. Let's take the feet to the width of the mat. This time we're going to rest our hands into our belly. We're going to soften the knees in towards each other. And we're just going to relax here. So here we can notice any changes down in the lower back. Any changes down in the hips. And let's go ahead and hug the knees back in towards the body. So just easing the body over onto our side, coming up to a nice comfortable seat. So when it comes to lower back and sciatic pain, there is a couple of things that we can do to kind of really help ease that tension. One specific thing is when we sleep. So if we sleep on our backs, it's good to try elevating the knees by placing a cushion or a bolster underneath the knees. This will just slightly tilt the pelvis, allow a little bit more length in the lower spine, and again ease some of that compression. If we sleep on our side, it's good to try placing a cushion between the knees. This keeps the hips and the knees nicely aligned. So again, we avoid that sinking in of one of the knees and avoid compression down in the lower back and down in the hips. With the session today, if there's any specific ones that felt
particularly nice for you to do, then please feel free to do them a little bit more, or for hold them for an extended period of time. The real key when it comes to easing back pain is small practices daily. So small, we can build that up over time, so incremental practices, but it's really important to have that consistency. So when we get up in the morning, we have a short sequence where we just relieve that tension. Before we go to bed at night, again, we have a short sequence, 5-10 minutes, where we just help relieve that tension on the lower back. I hope you enjoyed the session today. If you did, please hit the link or the subscribe. If you would like to donate to any of the sessions, feel free to buy me a coffee by clicking on the link below. Hope you enjoy your day, your evening, whatever you are up to. Thank you very much.